Good morning. This is the audiobook Successful Management Styles of India. Today, what we are seeing an economic miracle where India is just pushing ahead while other economics are lagging and dragging. And in my book, which was published in 2019, I predicted it and then covered under the chapter conclusion and the path forward. Let's see what is written there.
The path forward is always towards continuous improvement, better systems, better procedures, better technology. Every Indian has to think what they have to improve in her own area to make the country a super economic power. The 6 essentials for economic progress of India rest of building on its strength. Economic reforms in 1991 was the result of a financial crisis. Post-economic reforms, India had many success stories. One of them is IT industry, and Infosys is the first IT company to register in New York Stock Exchange, and others followed suit. Tatas have increased their turnover in business several fold, so are many others. Reliance Industries Limited is another corporation which catapulted itself to top position post-economic reforms. While there are several reasons for it, one undenying fact is that they benefited from economic reforms of the Government of India, which relaxed entry of private companies into oil industry. Coronavirus is another crisis which shook the world in 2020. It is great opportunity for Indian pharma industry, which struggled to get entry into US market due to US regulations. Post-coronavirus situation, pharma industry is poised to join the big league in 2020. In 1990, foreign direct investment in India was 100 million United States dollars, which increased to 21.8 billion United States dollars in 2007. Ref. Indian Way, published by Harvard Business Press 2010. India is now on the verge of replacing UK as the 5th largest economy. With the latest onslaught of coronavirus, in the year 2020, some big economies may tumble and some new may emerge. It is a period of great change. However, economies all over the world have to reinvent their business models. Improvement is a continuous process. What was best yesterday may not be suitable today. As globalization is effective, everybody looks for best in their own backyard and in the outside world and adopt best practices. Market economy has driven United States of America to the forefront, and since a century and a half, they are leading economy, and hence their management principles are accepted and adopted by others. If China is doing well, many are looking at their style of management. Same thing happens with India, and if tomorrow they become superpower, everybody will start observing and try to adopt their techniques. Every crisis is an opportunity. India, when almost was facing bankruptcy face to face in 1991, emerged as a winner. This coronavirus problem is not different. Already Indian health management ducked the virus compared to its devastating effect on the world, with fewer losses of life. Commented, RP73, added. What Indians have to improve? Let us review the list of items discussed in the previous chapter outlining what Indians do well. 1. Innovation. 2. Adapting and adjustment to conditions. 3. Social responsibility. 4. Employee loyalty. 5. High priority to education. Innovation is laudable, but many times, it has turned out to be jugaad, which is a makeshift arrangement. While circumstances necessitated jugaad, Indian word for adaptation, there are some difficulties in its acceptability by all. One problem is high cost-cutting angle to it, which prevents to apply it universally with high safety standards. If quality aspect is introduced, jugaad can be improved. Same way, adapting to situations and people is done sometimes to the extent, staff become sycophants, forget that it is a temporary shortcut and make it a standard. It is like using a shortcut referable to highway. Another aspect where most of the developing countries have to learn to deal with deficit budgets. Subsidies given to poor are drain in their economy. Moreover, subsidy given by government to poorer section of society does not reach them due to inefficiency in distribution system and corruption by the middlemen. While social responsibility is a laudable action, general action on inefficiency and compassion on wrongdoers is beneath of society which needs correction. Quality of education also need to be improved, and in spite of third highest no of engineers and scientists in engineers in India, no of Nobel Prizes, research papers published in international journals and patents are not comparable, leave alone the breakthrough technology and disrupting technologies. There is a general feeling, government has to do something regarding quality of higher education. Indian Institutes of Technology and All Indian Institute of Medical Sciences are exceptions. Recently government started accreditation of colleges and higher education which is expected to improve the situation. Finally, as we observe traffic problem and no of accidents are high, there is general inaction on safety issues except in large industries. The quality of water is another issue. While greenery and forestry divisions are taken care of, environment, compliance of pollution is still an issue. To sum up, there is scope to improve in the areas where Indians have traditional advantage over centuries on attitudes, but translation into results need to be focused. Good is not enough. Great is the term described well in the famous book, Good to Great. We want to see India to reach its prehistoric heights. Indian companies adapt to adverse situations, have innovative, cost-effective Indian style of solution often referred to as Jugaad, Indian word for adjustment. Several books are written on the same subject. Reference, Jugaad, published by Penguin Publishers UK. What India has to do, to be the role model to the world. Their employees have to be the best. Their employers have to be the best. Their leaders have to be the best. Best employees and best employers. As we discussed earlier, one thing common to employees and employers in government in India is lack of responsibility and accountability. If all employees think they are employers, employers think they are employees, and political leaders think they are servants of public, and public start behaving as responsible citizens, India will definitely be a role model for the world. One of the most important areas of improvement for Indians is responsibility and accountability. If you are an employee, walk to your office like an employee. Work like a team member, not as an individual employee. Think like the owner of the enterprise. If you are the owner of a business establishment, enter workplace like a worker. Treat employees as partners. Think out of the box like an innovator. Trustee of a temple is a best goal for any employer. Responsibility is the key, if you are an employer or even an employee. Exclamation mark.
So, what I was telling couple of years, looks like that now it's becoming true. And luckily for us, under the leadership of Modi, we are heading for a major economic power in the next decade. So at this point, I will pause and give a message to all the employees to start think like employers or the owners, take the responsibility. As the famous saying goes, what we have done for the country is more important than what the country has done for us. The same applies to the companies. As an employee, what an employee has done for the company is very important to take the company to the top of the scale. Successful management styles of India. I have a plan for coming out with volume 2 solely on two companies. One is the space agency ISRO, and the other one is Atomic Commission, where they have come out with the nuclear capabilities without help of any other major country. So these are the two areas where India has excelled. So with this, I conclude the volume 1, the successful management styles of India, and hope you all like it. Signing off, author Rajsekhar Polapragada.